for your political issues, social justice advocacy, education, empowerment, enlightenment, roots and culture discovery, linking up to lifting up, humanity and community service projects, local and diaspora economic projections. We bring you these and many more on the Culture Queen TV show.
Kobe G, let's go.
Each one, rich one, teach one, sick one, love one another, cause united we can be one, prouder, freaking.
One thing alone I charge you. As you live, believe in life. Always human beings will live and progress to greater, broader, and fuller life. The only possible death is to lose belief in this truth simply because the great end comes slowly. Because time is long. Those are the great words of Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. Welcome to the Culture Queen TV. Today we are here at the Pan-African Culture Centre here in Ghana.
The Culture Queen TV show.
Last week I promised to tell you the whys of Linkup2liftup. Why it was established in 2012. But before I go into that detailed conversation, I want to ask you, have you secured your copy of our workbook, Linkup2liftup, sorting through our culture kingdom for our future generations? If you have not, go online to Amazon.com or any of the bookstores and secure your own copy. It is going to give you solutions that you can apply in your life individually and collectively as we come together in solidarity as a group. Now, I want to introduce my co-host, Foster DeMar.
So, what do you know about W.E.B. Du Bois?
First of all, I came to know him in 2005 when I resigned teaching in public schools in America. I wanted to start a school and I wasn't sure what would be the heart of the school. Would it be based on Christianity or religion, or would it be based on culture and ethnicity? And after exploring several of the schools in Jacksonville, I was pretty much determined to start a culture-based private homeschool, Mammah D Academy. So as I was getting the school together, the new paradigm for us, a friend of mine said, well, Mammah D, we got to learn our culture, because traditional institutions don't really prioritize you knowing your own culture. You are in a program of study and you're learning education, you learn the methods of teaching science, social studies, writing, reading, math, etc. But it is not designed to teach you. So while I had while I had a bachelor's and while I was working on my master's degree in education, I still didn't know me, my culture, who I was. And so there was a brother, owner of a bookstore, and I went in and I thought, okay, I got to learn about my culture, because I'm starting this African American school, and homeschool, and I don't know what, I barely even know beyond the Martin Luther King beyond the Malcolm X,
Yeah.
Rosa Parks, but
Yeah.
beyond the things that we're taught
Yeah.
routinely each year, right? So the brother gave me 2 books. One was The Willie Lynch Letter and the Making of a Slave, and the other was Breaking the Psychological Chains of Slavery. And then the third was, he gave me 3 books, Know Thyself. So I read those books and was totally like, I am almost 30 years old and had no idea that my identity, my true self, had been hidden from me. So from there, I naturally went to find others, and Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois was that 4th book.
Wow.
And as I read his book, The Souls of Black Folk, I cried.
Oh.
I cried because I was him. I'm like, whatever that spirit is that was in him is also in me.
Deep.
Because I didn't study him, but I experienced the things that shaped him, shaped me.
This is deep. W.E.B. Du Bois was buried here. Mammah D is really connected. When I take my spectacle out, we're going into a serious place, the memorial grounds. Come in. So, you're welcome to the memorial grounds of the late W.E.B. Du Bois. Can we take a moment of silence?
Sure.
Amen.
Amen.
The Culture Queen TV show.
Welcome back to the Culture Queen TV show. We told you we are going to talk about the whys of Linkup2liftup. But first, Mammah D, why is empowerment necessary?
Empowerment is necessary because it allows us to have insight and be enlightened with information that is not always distributed from our traditional institutions. So empowerment allows the room and the space for free thought, for the safe space for us to share our intellect, whether it's a debate or whether it's a collaboration. So empowerment gives us the energy to synergize with each other and the freedom and safety to do it in a way that we are not punished for thinking outside the box.
Talking about empowerment, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana, is a friend to W.E. Du Bois. You know, empowerment has been their purpose, and as an empower, somebody who can empower people, what is your biggest challenge?
Well, the biggest challenge is a competition for attention, because what gets attention today is entertainment, social media, things that has been controlled by, whether we like it or not, the oppressor, the tight 1% or 5%, however you want to look at it. So those oppressors, whoever they are, they don't want a true movement of enlightenment. They don't want people challenging systems and institutions as they have been established for the purposes and the design for which they have been established. So the biggest challenge is to gain the attention of the people. Because what get our attention gets our time. So if folks are attentive to learning things that are outside of the box, outside of the tradition, but that can actually bring us solutions closer to our own uh, automaticity, our own autonomy, then these guys' work will have only just begun. As the next generation, I have no idea what future generations can do. They're going to operate in a world of modernization that which my brain is not structured to comprehend. But what I can do as the bridger, as the linker to the old traditional ways with contemporary ways to set forth empowerment and action for the future.
The voice of the lioness, the voice of the best book writer, the voice of the woman who empowered the writing of Linkup2liftup book. We are seeing a big empowerment society, a community, a movement that is going to move to the positive light to free everybody. She went through a lot, but she has been able to come out with it. Why Linkup2liftup?
Good question. So we are in a place of memorial to memorialize Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. So let me make an analogy to life after death. I went through a very personal tragedy when I endured a divorce, and my children were separated from me. And I am a mother who homeschooled her young, who breastfed her young. I've done everything with my young, and to be separated through the legal system and having no voice, no right, it took a bit of my own life out of me.
Okay.
That process. And the book opens up with me being very honest about that down depression that I experienced.
Yeah.
And how I laid in the bed. It was December 2011. And I just talked to God. I said, God, just take me.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was serious. I was like, God, just take me. I'm tired. This human life is tired of this pain.
It's not suicidal.
No. I have never, nor will I ever be suicidal. But it was a conversation. That was my talk with the Creator. And it was through that darkness I died in a way. Because the Spirit came to me and said, you need to link up to lift up. Wow. And I, from my bed, popped up and I began to walk around my house, and all I can hear was link up to lift up.
We don't give help to people we expect help from. Don't say that somebody didn't help you, the reason why you're not helping others. She wasn't helped. She was depressed. She went down, but she rose up by just the sound of God. And she was able to help people. Why didn't you get your money, get some nice club, some chicken barbecue, get some rest somewhere, enjoy yourself, but you choose to help people? But before you answer that, I know you'll be going for a tour, officially some tour around W.E.B. Du Bois Center, the Pan-African Center of Freedom. So before that, why didn't you actually spend your money, but you want to help people?
Well, just sometimes tragedy calls us to a higher purpose. And so it was that feeling of being alone that I thought I can find purpose in making sure that others don't have to be. And while, yes, I have degrees and clean criminal background, so don't have any barriers preventing me from having high-paying jobs. So I could have earned my money, you know, and lived happily ever after with my children. But some people value material. Some people value relationships. And I belong to the party of people who value human relationships.
Wow.
So I chose to help.
Each one, rich one, teach one, sick one, love one another, cause united we can be one. Proud African children of the sun. Never give up on spreading the love. Yeah. Link one, lift one, cause hard times will come. Stay strong, don't stop, cause better days will come. So move on. Welcome to Link Up to Lift Up movement. It's better when we come together. So link up to lift up, link up to lift up.
So you are welcome to the residence of Dr. Du Bois.
Thank you. You guys have changed it since
Yes.
the last time I've come.
Since the last time you came.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
We are. The world is going on, so we need to move along with the world.
Yes.
You can see. So we have some small podiums displaying certain words of Du Bois over here. So we will approach some of the podiums and read what is on as we go on. So you are welcome to the residence of Dr. Du Bois, given to him by Dr. Osadifo Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana, when he was invited to come and write the encyclopedia, a biography of African dictionary, to tell us who we are, what we have, and what we can use our resources for, and also come together, fight for our rights, our freedom, and our country. Du Bois came to Ghana in 1961 at the age of 93 years. He stayed in this house for only 2 years, and he passed away at the age of 95. And he was also happy for the fact that he was a descendant of slavery, and he was moving back to his ancestral root, Africa, and to Ghana to precise. So he was very happy for that fact, and he came to Ghana at that age.
So I have to say what you just shared, that he was happy to return to his ancestral land.
Yes.
And I can relate to that a lot.
Okay.
I also have returned. My family, my children and I have come. We're here now 7 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, you know, a lot of the same, I don't know, spirit or root, whatever it is that drives those who are descendants of the enslaved Africans during the transatlantic slave trade, some of us truly desire to come and to emerge in our roots.
Okay.
So as I'm standing here and I'm listening to you and I'm thinking about as an American citizen, and I'm now seeing that even Dr. Du Bois had a platform for citizens of the world.
Yes.
And I want to share a quote with you guys. It says that he said this in 1952, but as then a citizen of the world, as well as of the United States of America, I claim the right to know and think and tell the truth as I see it. This is my role model, because many African Americans, such as even myself, we have lost many friends, positions. It's what is termed are blacklisted. We get a reputation from our careers,
yes,
and just for knowing the truth, thinking the truth, and how dare you say the truth. So we have to give up a lot.
Yes.
But we gain our dignity and our humanity back. So I always like to come here and share with people the history of Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, because to me, his life will never get boring.
No.
Every single time I enter this place is new. So, shall we?
Yes, we shall continue. Somebody may ask, who is Du Bois himself? Du Bois is a sociologist. He's a historian, a politician, a freedom fighter, a man who was fighting for the rights of blacks in America. He met Nkrumah and they spoke for several times. And Nkrumah told Du Bois his ideology of writing this encyclopedia. By then, Du Bois had already written an encyclopedia for Negroes in the year 1909. So when Nkrumah told Du Bois about his ideology, he was very happy for that fact. And he came to Ghana at that age. So when he came here, this house was built and given to him by Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana.
So this was his house?
This was Du Bois' house.
So do you know which room are we standing in right
This is his living room. The whole of this place is his living room. And that is his original kitchen cabinet with some teacups that he used.
Oh, wow.
Yes. These cups were made in 1838.
1838, wow.
Older than Du Bois himself. Du Bois was born on February 23rd, 1868.
Oh, so these are 1868 or 1838? 38, yes. Okay.
1838. And Du Bois was born in 68. So he's older than Du Bois 30 years.
Yes, okay. And what about this place? Now
that
it
is
says seminar
his seminar hall.
That was his seminar hall?
Yes, same as his small theater, same as his dining room. And over here, a stage was mounted over here for the family. That because Du Bois,
this is where his family would be?
Yeah, no, he got dignitaries, and as he's addressing them, he needed a stage to address them. That is why they mounted the stage over here.
Wow.
And also the wife, Shirley Graham, who was a composer, an activist, an author, playwright, a dramatist. So it was assumed sometimes she'll write some play and it'll be acted by some people over here to entertain.
This is cool. Yes. I'm inspired. I want a stage in my house.
Then I'm going to build one for you one day. Don't worry. And in this room has been divided into two. This part of the wall has been dedicated to presidents and prime ministers of African countries.
Okay.
Who fought for their people. The colors we see is a Pan-African flag colors designed by Marcus Garvey.
Oh, yeah.
Telling that all blacks are from Africa. The red symbolizing the blood shared by the forefathers when they were fighting for the right. The black represented the people, and the green, the vegetation of Africa. So if you look at the colors closely, the green outweighs the rest. The green is more than the rest, simply because the vegetation of Africa is small enough to cater for the whole of Africa and other continents. And that part of the wall is civil rights and Pan-Africanist leaders pictures that we have over there.
These are, both these are African?
Yes, African leaders.
Okay, both of these. And then, so that is
the civil rights.
African Americans.
Yes, African Americans.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to go back to the Pan-African flag that you see on the two walls there. Last week we were at Black Star Square.
Okay.
And we learned a lot about the relationship between Marcus Garvey and Nkrumah. So now, and we did touch on that W.E.B. Du Bois was also in that circle of friends. Powerful people, scholar, political leader,
the Culture TV show.
So it gives us the foundations as the next generation that we need to have circles of friends that we truly support.
Yeah.
That we truly can lean on each other's strengths without looking and seeing their human error. You know, right now we have a lot of criticizing and critiquing and judgment that's kind of keeping us in a stagnated state. We're not able to advance this generation here because we have yet to learn what the gifts of knowledge that they left us and how to put it all together so that we can carry the torch forward and do some. To me, we are summoned to do something different. And that's what Linkup2liftup is about. It is the something that our generation could say, this is what this era of people have done.
Okay.
To carry the torch farther for the future generations, to which we have no idea what they're going to do. We have no idea what the modernized world will look like, but at least we can do something.
Yes.
So, again, this place, empowerment, is all about uh, connecting those nuggets of information that we can bring to the table and bring solutions that we all could be a part of. And it's no one centerpiece. Marcus Garvey didn't care about if Nkrumah was or W.E.B. They just did their part. And we need to have people to do our parts. And I think we will be able to advance and get at least 20 or 30 years ahead and be able to sit back and let this next generation learn from our good, bad, and indifferent. And then, that's what human growth looks like. It's going farther and going farther.
And so with this, they will tell you that if you live in a home without maintenance, the house collapses.
Mm-hmm.
If you leave the land bare for it to get direct contact from the sunlight, you might lose its fertility.
Mm-hmm.
So with this, you have to serve as a shield for the young ones to grow, so that if they grow, you can die. And that is what these leaders did. They serve as a shield for us. So if you go to the forest and you see these tall trees, they serve as a shield for the young ones to grow. So if the young ones are able to stand on themselves, then they can pass away. So that the young ones too will also come and serve as a shield for the next generation should also grow. So they have played their part for us. They've left the mantle for us to continue. And it is up to us to live it to its expectation. We need to build on that foundation.
We are the shield.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I can ask you this question.
Sure.
You ready?
I'm ready.
So how do you see as Africans? Are we united?
No.
Why?
I don't see it as united. Now, first of all, as the saying goes, divided, we're conquered. That's the strategy that has been in place since forever.
Okay.
And we don't have to go back. We don't have to go back to forever. We can stay to the last 500 years. It's been working, right? Divided, we're conquered.
Okay.
Two, I can just look at where I'm from.
Okay.
As an African American. African Americans are divided based on what region of the country we're in, based on the pigment of or the deepness of the melanin in our skin, if you're light or you're dark, based on the kind of hair you have. You got good hair, you got nappy hair, tall, short, thick, thin, rich, poor, you name it. We are divided. Are you Christian? Are you Rasta? Are you Muslim? I mean, there are so many shades of division, even in Black Americans, African Americans. So to now put us in with the continent, the Africans, the natives who have never been stripped of your language, your religion, your family, your food, your land. You've never been stripped. It's still divided. I can't even talk about the other 51 countries in Africa. I'll talk about Ghana. This one. As a person coming in, looking for solutions, I see divisions when I listen to the social media, when I look at the news, and then when I actually hear Ghanaians, they talk about how, this party, when you get in this position, if it's God people, they want to hire God people, or A-Way people, they want to hire A-Way people, or what is it, Ashanti people, they want to hire. So it's still a division. And until we see each other as one, as who is the person fit for this task. I don't care what your ethnic variation is, because the variation is small. You see, I don't care about that. This is for the next 50 years, 100 years, 500 years. And I'm not worried about feeding this one family today or even 20 years from now. We'll be fine if we find the right fit for the task, the right leader, the right visionary, the right whatever. And once we start to put aside our own, what we prioritize, but to prioritize a collective, something for our future, where I don't know who your great grandchildren are. I don't know who my great grandchildren are. But I do know that if we don't come together, they're screwed.
Yes.
Right? So I better look at the person who is best fit for them, not who I want to be. Because remember I told you I was going.
Oh, okay. So how do we think we can unite? Because with this that you have said, we have one clock in the room here. I'll show you that clock that says that if you are far, you see the people to be united. But if you get closer, you see that there is a distinction between it. There is division within it. How do we come together?
We must wise up to rise up. Kobe G, let's go.
Each one, rich one, teach one, sick one, love one another, cause united we can be one. Proud African children of the sun. Never give up on spreading the love, yeah. Link one, lift one, cause hard times will come. Stay strong, don't stop, cause better days will come. So move on, welcome to Link Up to Lift Up movement. It's better when we come together. So link up to lift up, link up to lift up, so we can empower you when you are about to give up. Link up to lift up, together we can rise up now. To everybody who needs freedom, link up to lift up, link up to lift up, so we can empower you when you are about to give up. Link up to lift up, together we can rise up now. So link up now, yeah. Everybody needs a teacher, learn and focus on the future. When black people come together, we can cancel New World Order. The killing doesn't matter, drop the gun and stop the murder. Never give up on spreading the love.
Your time is due. We are good too.
I'm inspired. Wow.
We are good too. So this is the civil rights and Pan-Africanist leaders pictures that we have over here. And Nkrumah once said that the independence of Ghana is meaningless until it is linked up with the total liberation and unification of Africa. African countries were fighting for unity. And Nkrumah said that.
That term, link up. Let's read it.
It says the independence of Ghana is meaningless until it is linked up with the total liberation and unification of Africa. So African countries were fighting for unity. And Nkrumah said that if you fight for your independence and you finish and you don't come together and fight as a state, the independence that you are fighting for is meaningless. And it is true, the independence that all African countries fought for, it is meaningless now. Because no African state is powerful enough to stand on its own. And Nkrumah made that statement over there, that the forces making for unity far outweighs those which divide us. There is no time to waste because we are running against time in Africa. We must unite now or perish, since no single African state is large or powerful enough to stand on its own.
So, in our terms, link up to lift up.
Yes, link up to lift up. So we are moving on?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Ghana Course by W.E.B. Du Bois to Osadefo Kwame Nkrumah. Because Du Bois took Nkrumah as his son, he adopted Nkrumah to be his son. Nkrumah took him as a father. He decided to write his life story to motivate him. But he's an artist who painted this on the wall. So you can take a picture of it, or you can look at it well, take a video of it, then you later go through well.
And so this is what he is attributing to what called him the Ghana?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I will definitely have to come. Is this written somewhere? or is this only written here?
It was in his diaries,
Okay.
but you cannot get access to it from there. You only get access to it from this wall.
Oh, okay. Privileged insight.
And the latter part is a poem also. Yeah. Let me see. It was a poem. He said, "Awake, awake, oh sleeping world. Honor the sun, worship the stars, those vasta suns." So it is a poem. You got to read.
I see.
Look at it wall.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's deep.
Okay, so we are moving into his library. And I guess you know the history about this library.
Yes.
What do you know about this library?
I know that no cameras will be back.
Yes.
The Culture Queen TV show.
So we have spent some time in Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois's library where there are no cameras. So we're going to now welcome you back to the Culture Queen TV, and we're going to go take a look at his bedroom.
We are in the bedroom of Dr. Du Bois.
Okay.
This is where Du Bois slept, and he couldn't wake up again on 27th August 1963, a day before the Civil Rights March past war in Washington by Martin Luther King Jr. He was the first black to attain PhD in Harvard University. And you can see that is the gun he was honored with in 1896, and it was in history and government. And this was the one that was given to him by the University of Ghana and Legon. So you can see some hoods inside. Those are the schools he taught.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
A scholar, world-class scholar.
World-class. He received 4 gifts from the Chinese people on his 91st birthday. There's one embroiderment of Du Bois, then a scroll. Then his birthday was celebrated as a public holiday in China. So imagine you've been born in America and your birthday is celebrated in China as a public holiday. It shows your integrity, your dignity. And as Du Bois' statement said,
I'm about to cry.
that is, Du Bois' statement, last statement says that one thing alone I charge you, as you live, believe in life. Always human being will live and progress to greater, broader and fuller life. The only possible death is to lose belief in this truth, simply because the great end comes slowly, because time is long. The only man who believed time to be long. I guess we also believe time to be long. With his 2 years of stay, he was able to complete 3 volumes of the encyclopedia. You can imagine 94-year-old man, 95-year-old man still writing books. One was about Ethiopia and Ghana. 2 is Sierra Leone and Zaire, now the Democratic Republic of Congo. 3 is South Africa, Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland. So imagine a 94-year-old man, 95-year-old man writing an encyclopedia.
Wow.
It's beyond imagination.
Wow.
So we are moving on.
Okay. Shall we?
Yeah.
The Culture Queen TV show.
So did you see that this place, like the Black Star Square, is one of the places that we invite African Americans or just descendants of the enslaved Africans from wherever you are scattered upon the 4 corners of the globe. When you come to Ghana, it is a must-visit place to come to the Pan-African Culture Centre that is honored and dedicated to Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, and actually was given to him by Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
So we are entering into Du Bois' guest room, but there is a quote here too that I want us to look at from Mrs. Shelley Graham. He said, "We are a race of artists. What are we doing about it?" She also said, "It is clear that we must find an African solution to our problems, and this can only be found in African unity. Divided we are weak. United Africa could become one of the greatest forces for good in the world." From Nkrumah.
Dr. Kwame, Dr. President Nkrumah, I love him. I'm so in love with the leaders of our past, and I'm so charged anytime I'm I'm getting a little bit more knowledge of who they are, what they stood for, what the foundations are, because it gives my identity purpose. It gives me, it confirms that everything that I've, on a personal level, all of the things that I've sacrificed for the past maybe 20, 25 years, it is a higher, deeper meaning than I ever understood. So if you're like me and you're looking for your place and you know that you have uh, something in your heart to give back to humanity for unity, African unity, link up to lift up.
When black people come together, we can cancel New World Order. The killing doesn't matter, drop the gun and stop the murder. Never give up on spreading the love, yeah. Brainwashing, racism, classism. They enslave our people for their own reason. Hey, hey. Fascism, brutalism, religion causes division amongst our separatism. Run away from negativity, don't focus on the vanity. Africans are powerful, we have all the ability. Your culture and integrity are better than the politics. So you link up, we give you opportunities. So link up to lift up, link up to lift up. So we can empower you when you about to give up. Link up to lift up, together we can rise up now. To everybody who needs freedom, link up to lift up, link up to lift up. So we can empower you when you about to give up. Link up to lift up.
We want to thank you, Musa,
Yeah.
for being a great tour guide and empowerer, filled with knowledge, filled with zeal. Thank you for being with us on this show, and we hope that you have learned something. With Link Up to Lift Up, we say each one, reach one, teach one, and
Each one, rich one, teach one.
yes, which is pretty much a common saying in America. So, but we live by that code. It's just not what we talk about. We actually live it. So we take it a step further to say, I'm living by that.
Okay.
And so today you have done that for me. You have been that instrument to teach one. Every time I come here, yes, which this one is sharing to someone. So it just never ends. But every time, again, this is my third time coming to the W.E.B. Du Bois
And there's a second time meeting you too.
And this is my second time meeting Musa. So, but each time I come, it's always new. You get more purpose, more drive to keep going further.
Yes.
And that's what this journey is all about. Moving forward, moving onward, and moving up.
The Culture Queen TV show.
Welcome back to the Culture Queen TV show. I hope you are enjoying yourself. You enjoyed yourself throughout the journey. Welcome, Mammah D. How was your tour?
It was as usual. It's been my third, and I can never get enough.
Okay.
W.E.B. Du Bois was so filled with information that it's like the Bible. Each time you go to his museum, you will come out with something different because our perspectives change as our life experiences change and as our maturity change. And just this place is so filled with really the same ideology of Link Up to Lift Up. Throughout the entire time, I could see the unity, African unity. I seen Link Up. I seen everything that we are really promoting.
Okay.
It is all, the foundations are solid. They are here. So this is nothing new. It is just only for those who are truly true to the advancement and the unity of our people.
Wow. Those who are truly true. So are you true to yourself? Listen.
I want to leave or close this segment with some questions for discussion out of Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois's The Souls of Black folk. I got this book in 2005, so it's really, really old, but it is still new with information and thought. So let me ask you this. As it is written, consider current standards of African American success and the kinds of celebrities many African American children view as role models. What is valued most? Knowledge or money? Intelligence or power? And do you think Du Bois's concerns were prophetic? Why or why not?
This is how we are going to end today's segment of this week's Culture Queen TV show. My name is Foster Dema. You can call me Kobe G, Kobbygee, and I'm with the most glamorous Mammah D, or the Rizal Cohen. Link Up to Lift Up is an empower movement that is going to empower so many people. You have to link up to lift up. And don't forget that next week we are doing empowerment to Feedback International School, and you will see what happened and what is going to happen. I wish you well, and I want you to stay tuned to next week on Culture Queen TV show.
Link out to lift up, so we can empower you when you about to give up.
Culture Queen TV show. Showing every